Welcome students, welcome to the online lecture series of Sri Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj College of Engineering Nepti. Myself, Professor Saunke Mangesh, and the topic of today's online lecture is pipeline architecture. So today we discuss a topic of pipeline architecture from Unit 6. So these are some contents that we'll see throughout the lecture, that is basic definitions that are used in pipelining, the different signals used, then bus cycle definition, then address pipelining, read write cycles, non pipeline machine cycles, and finally pipeline machine cycles. So let's start first with basic definition. So first, clock. Clock is nothing but the processor clock that we used in programming. And second, burst state. It is nothing but the shortest time unit of burst activity. Then burst cycle. It is a basic mechanism for information transfer, either from system to processor or from processor to system. The bus. It is nothing but a collection of address bus, data bus, and all associated control signals, that is control bus. So there are three different type of bus available: address bus that carries the address, the data bus which carries the data, and control bus which carries the control signals of microprocessor. Then these are some signals that are used in programming. So first, note that the symbol hash that is used at the end of any signal name, which indicates the active or asserted state, occurs when the signal is at active low voltage. Then second, clock 2, that is CLK2. It provides a fundamental timing which divides by 2 to generate internal processor clock, which used for instruction execution. The internal clock comprises two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Then address bus, that is B0 hash through B3 hash, or A2 through A31. These three state outputs provide physical memory addresses or input-output port addresses. B0 hash to B3 hash, which directly indicate which bytes of 32-bit data bus are involved with the current transfer. Then some more signals that are used. First, data bus, that is D0 through D31. These three-stage bidirectional signals provide the general purpose data path. Means these D0 to D31s are nothing but a data bus. Then address status, that is ADS hash. These three states output indicate that a valid bus cycle definition and addresses. Read write hash, D or C hash, memory or IO hash, B0 hash to B3 hash, and A2 to A31 is being driven at the Intel 386DX pin. It is asserted during T1 and T2P bus state. The next address request, NA hash. This is used to request address pipelining. The next, transfer acknowledgement, ready hash. This input indicates the current bus cycle is completed, and the active bus indicate by B0 hash to BE3 hash and BS16 hash are accepted or provided. Then bus size 16, that is BS16 hash. The BS16 hash feature allows the Intel 386DX, that is 80386 microprocessor, to directly connect to 32-bit and 16-bit data buses, which uses only the lower order half, that is D0 to D15 of the data bus. Then W/R hash, that is read write hash, which distinguish between write and read cycles. Then D-C hash, that is data and control, which distinguish between data and control cycles. Then M/IO bar hash, which is nothing but a memory or IO bar, distinguish between memory and IO cycles. Then lock hash, which distinguish between lock and unlock bus cycles. The next point is bus cycle definition. Cycle definition signals W/R bar or R hash, D/C hash, M/IO hash, lock hash. So this table indicate all the signals that is related to bus cycles, that is memory IO hash, D-C hash, write dash read hash, and bus cycle types. When all these signals are low, that is memory dash IO, D dash C bar, and W dash R bar, all are low, then interrupt acknowledgement occurs. When first two signals when first two signals are low and WR bar signal is high, which does not occur. Then low, high, low, which indicates bus cycle type as IO data read. Then low, high, low, which indicates IO data write. Then high, low, low, which indicate memory code read. Then high, low, high, which indicates halt address 2 and shutdown address 0. Then high, high, low, which indicates memory data read bus cycle type. Then all signals high, which indicates memory data write bus cycle type. The next point is address pipelining. Address pipelining provides a choice of bus cycle timing. Pipeline or non-pipeline addresses timing is selectable on cycle by cycle basis with the next address, that is NA hash input. When address pipelining is not selected, the current address and bus cycle definition remain stable throughout the bus cycle. When address pipeline is selected, the address B hash to B3 hash and A2 to A31 and definition WR, read write bar, DC bar, and memory and IO bar of the next cycle are available before the end of the cycle. Again, address pipeline continuing. The fastest bus cycle using pipeline addresses requires only two bus states, that are T1P and T2P. Therefore, cycles with pipeline addresses timing allow the same data bandwidth as non-pipeline cycle, but address to data access time is increased compared to that of non-pipeline cycle. By increasing the address to data access time, pipeline address timing reduces wait state requirement. The next, read and write cycle. Data transfer occurs as a result of bus cycle classified as a read or write cycle. Two choices of address timings are dynamically selected, that is non-pipeline or pipeline. After bus idle state, the processor always use non-pipeline address timing. However, the NA bar, that is next address hash input, may be asserted to the selected pipeline address for the next bus cycle. When pipelining is selected and Intel 386DX has bus request pending internally, the address and definition of next cycle is made available even before the current bus cycle is acknowledged by ready hash. Also, terminating a read cycle or write cycle, like by any bus cycle, requires acknowledging the cycle by asserting the ready hash input. Until acknowledged, the processor inserts the wait state. So this diagram shows the non-pipeline read and write cycle for no wait state. So at the end of second bus state, within the bus cycle, ready hash is sampled. If asserted, the bus cycle terminates. Else the cycle continues. Another bus state or a wait state and ready hash is sampled again at the end of same state. This continues indefinitely until the cycle is acknowledged by the ready hash asserted. Again, this shows the non-pipeline read and write cycle, but with the wait state. This diagram shows burst state with the help of using non-pipeline address. Here, T1 refers to the first clock of non-pipeline burst cycle, which is Intel's 386DX drives new address and asserted ADS bar signal. Then T2 represents subsequent clock of burst cycle when NA, that is next address hash or next address bar, has not been sampled asserted in the current burst state. TI state is an idle state. TH state is nothing but a hold acknowledgement state. In Intel 80386DX, it is HLD, hold acknowledgement. The fastest burst cycle consists of two states, T1 and T2. Then pipeline address. Address pipeline is the option of requesting the address and the burst cycle definition of the next internally pending burst cycle before the current burst cycle is acknowledged with the ready hash asserted. Following any idle burst state, that is TI, address are non-pipeline. Within non-pipeline burst cycle, NA hash is only sampled during wait state. Therefore, to begin address pipeline during a group of non-pipeline burst cycle requires a non-pipeline cycle with at least one wait state. Once the burst cycle is in progress, once the burst cycle is in progress, and the current address has been valid for at least one entire burst state, the NA hash, that is next address hash input, is sampled at the end of every phase, one until the burst cycle is acknowledgement. If NA hash is sampled asserted, the Intel 80386DX is free to drive the address and burst cycle definition of the next burst cycle and assert ADS hash. As soon as it has a burst request internally pending, it may drive the next address as early as next burst state, whether the current burst cycle is acknowledged at that time or not. The next point is 80386DX characteristics of address pipeline. For any hash to be sampled asserted, BS16 hash must be negated at the sampling window. If any hash and BS16 hash are both sampled asserted during the last T2 period of burst cycle, BS16 hash asserted has priority. The next address may appear as early as the burst state after any hash was sampled asserted. Any address which is validated by a pulse on the Intel 80386DS ADS hash output will remain stable on the address beam for at least two processor clock periods. Once NA hash is sampled asserted, the 80386DX commits itself to the highest priority bus request that is pending internally. It can no longer perform another 16-bit transfer to the same address, that is B16 hash be asserted externally. So thereafter must assume the current bus size is 32-bit. Only the addresses and bus cycle definition of the very next bus cycle is available for pipelining. So these are diagram shows the bus state for address pipelining. In, in T1 phase, the first clock of non-pipeline bus cycle, that is Intel 386DX, drives new address and asserts ADS hash signal. In T2 phase, subsequent clock of bus cycle when any hash has not been sampled asserted in the current bus cycle. In T21, subsequent clock of bus cycle when any hash has been sampled asserted in the current bus cycle, but there is no yet an internal bus request pending. That is, Intel 80386DX will not drive new address and assert ADS hash signal. In, in T2P phase, the subsequent clock of bus cycle when NA hash has been sampled asserted in the current bus cycle and there is internal bus request pending. In T1P, first clock of pipeline bus cycle. In TI phase, it is a idle state. The TH phase, it holds the acknowledged state, asserting NAY for pipeline address gives access to three more bus states T21, T2P, and TIP. Using pipeline addresses, the fastest bus cycle consists of T1P and T2P. So this will end our topic pipeline architecture from Unit 6. Student, please subscribe our college channel. Thank you for watching.